The Buy Nothing, Get Everything plan is a movement to reduce waste, build community, and save money. Hello everyone, and welcome back to A Hoarder's Heart. For today, we're going to be talking about the Buy Nothing, Get Everything movement. Now, as we're talking about this subject, I'm going to be showing you what I have given away, and we're also going to be cleaning up and straightening up in the living room. This movement was started by two friends named Rebecca and Lysel, and they were absolutely heartbroken when they took their children to the beach and they saw all the plastic trash everywhere. They were so heartbroken by what they saw that they decided to make a change in the world. And that change was by creating this movement, the Buy Nothing, Get Everything project, where their intention was, how can they reduce waste on our beloved planet? It is a simple concept of giving away your items that you outgrew or no longer need to use. And instead of throwing it into the trash can, you give it to somebody else who can use it for their family. Their philosophy is that a joyful life of meaning and abundance on a healthy planet is to pursue every possible alternative before buying anything somebody wants or needs. It's a beautiful concept of giving away items you don't use to someone who can use it and getting to know the people in your community while reducing the planet's waste. Now, I'm going to be talking about the Buy Nothing, Get Everything plan based off my life as a recovering hoarder and how it's helped me. I am one of the admins on my Facebook Towns Giving page. It's all based off of this movement. What we do is, just in our town, it's only for residents in our town, when we no longer need anything, like an article of clothing that our children have outgrown and it's in good functioning condition, we will post it for free so that another neighbor can use it. We started it back in 2021, and our rules are pretty simple. You can only post free items. There is no business advertising or any soliciting. A person is allowed to say interested or pick up 3 items per day. That is the maximum amount that each person is allowed to pick up per day. And lastly, we ask that it's picked up in a timely manner. The person will post the item that they're giving away for free. Another neighbor says, I am interested. We put it outside of our home. That neighbor is responsible for coming to pick up the free item. I would say overall, I feel like it's been a very positive experience for our community, for our town. And yes, there has been some conflict, but nothing crazy and nothing that me and the other girls can't kind of diffuse and work through. There's always going to be some type of conflict when you have Facebook group town pages, especially when you have stuff given away. But again, it's been at a minimal where overall it's still a very positive page. And for myself as a recovering hoarder, it has been so satisfying to be able to take the items that I decided to let go of. For example, the boys' clothes that they outgrew, or maybe like a toy that they were ready to let go of, and post it on the page. And I always get an excited mama saying, interested, I can use that for my children. It is so satisfying because it gives me closure to the item. I am now transferring the joy from myself to this other mother and her child so that they can now enjoy the item and it stays out of a landfill. And as much as that is so gratifying to my heart to be able to have that type of closure when I let something go, there's also been some emotional triggers as a recovering hoarder, and I have to be open and honest about those feelings and bring it to light. Because if there is another recovering hoarder out there that wants to participate in this, I just want you to be prepared and aware of some of the feelings that you might experience. Now, back when we started it back in 2021, of course, I was one of the admins, and I will look at the posts to make sure that nothing dangerous is being posted on there, like somebody giving away prescription drugs or giving away alcohol, and also making sure that there's no business solicitors and making sure that no one is saying interested in a whole bunch of stuff to kind of resell it. We just closely monitor it to make sure that there's no shenanigans going on the page and to keep our neighbors safe. But what I noticed was as I looked at all the posts and all the pretty little things, certain temptations were definitely aroused in my little hoarder's heart as I would see all the beautiful things, and there were some home decor that I said interested in. Even though I technically didn't need it or need the item, I created the want in my head, saying that I could use this for a future video when I redecorate or redo an entire room. And I noticed that temptation was pretty strong. I would say that went on for the first 6 months that I noticed those triggers within myself. And I was well below the 3 item max per day. I was maybe saying interested in like 1 thing a week, but as a recovering hoarder, I cannot be bringing more stuff into my home when I'm trying to get more stuff out. So I really had to be self-aware of those actions and control the temptation within myself. A lot of you have helped me pointing out that maybe you should not be picking up stuff from the free cycle or from the giving page. You made me very aware of that in 2022. And since then, I have completely stopped. Now, some of those items were used in videos, and the items that were never used, I put them right back on the giving page and they were picked up. Just wanted people to be aware that the same shopper's high that occurs in the store or like on Amazon also occurs on here because it's free. And you think of all the wonderful things you can do with the item. Create the need when really it's just a want. So my advice to you is to be extremely mindful of that. Make sure that you're posting more things to give away than actually picking up. And if you really need something from the group, because it is there to benefit you, to bless you, to help you save money, you just want to make sure that you're not creating these needs in your head and then it just sits in your house. And what I like to do is if I truly need something, like for instance, something broke, say it's a toaster and I need a new toaster, I'll put the in search of, I am in search of a gently used toaster because mine has broken. I only put the in search of something that I really need instead of scrolling through the page and saying, sure, I'm interested, I'd like to pick that up. That's been a very useful tool for me. I would say that my second emotional trigger that I realized that I had as a recovering hoarder is that once someone has made the decision to pick an item up, I will put it either in a bag or put a Post-it on it. I take it outside, I put it in my blue Rubbermaid bin. You've seen me do this 1,000 times in past videos. Now, most of the time people come and pick it up fairly quickly, within 24 hours. But then there are a handful of people who take a very long time for whatever reason that may be. But I had noticed what was being triggered within myself was a little fear and anxiety when they have not picked it up fairly quickly, because what happens is it gives me too much time for my anxiety to second guess if I made the right decision and if I am really fully ready to let the item go. That has happened to me multiple times because when I give something away, I'm kind of looking for that immediate closure of that dopamine hit of yes, someone came and got it and they're using it for their family. I feel so good about this. When I don't kind of get that little closure at the end and it just sits in the tub for days and sometimes a week because I'm trying to be very patient with the person, those feelings they do come up. I mean, they really do. I start to fear that I'm going to have the anxiety of saying, never mind. I'm going to create these reasons in my head that maybe I wasn't ready to let it go and I needed to come back into the house. Now, this is at no fault to the person picking them up. I don't know what the case may be that they couldn't get there. It's not their fault. This is my internal story. This is my anxiety being triggered. This is my fears that are being risen up. And I just want people to be aware that this might happen to you as a recovering hoarder. So my advice to kind of curb this is just give gentle reminders to the person. Hey, I noticed that it's still out there. It's best to have that Rubbermaid tub bin so that you're putting it in an enclosed capsule, if you will, to protect it from the elements, but also it's because you don't see it on your front porch. So you're not consistently being reminded of, uh-oh, this person didn't pick it up. It's still sitting on my front step or on my porch. That's like a daily reminder that they didn't pick it up. If it's in that bin, sometimes my ADHD will kind of forget about it until I put something else in the bin and be like, uh-oh, someone forgot to pick it up. That's my advice. Just give gentle reminders to come pick it up to your neighbor. Don't be mean about it. And the other thing is, know that you made the right decision. Know that when you made a decision to give it away, that was the right decision, and you don't have to live in fear of, uh-oh, I need this closure. I might tell myself and psych myself out and say, I don't want to give it away anymore. That's not going to happen, because once you've made a decision, you've made a decision. And I want you to be secure in the decision that you made to let that go. And that is the basis of the Buy Nothing, Get Everything plan. It was created to reduce waste so we're not filling up landfills and destroying beaches around the world. It helps lessen consumerism because we are giving away a functional item for free so that somebody else doesn't have to go out and buy the item. They're using your gently used item. It creates the sharing community. It brings people together so that you can meet your neighbors and uplift each other. Because I just love seeing families come together to help each other out. And I just want to encourage all of you to either look for your local Buy Nothing group, or maybe you can even create one if they don't have one in your area. My hope and my prayer is that this video has motivated and encouraged you to clean, declutter, and let go of something in your home today too.